I mean,
Hey there. We are ready. I just gave the everybody get around to the ring warning. So I'm going to get up to the ring so that I can follow, or they follow suit, hopefully. Hello goat lovers, Crystal here with Blue Cactus Dairy Goats, and yesterday was the Copper Caprine Dairy Goat Show. Here's what happened. The Copper Caprine Dairy Goat Show in Sonoyta is a show that our club, Southern Arizona Dairy Goat Association, has been discussing and working on for over a year now. It is an ADGA sanctioned show with 4 rings and 4 different judges. This show was extra special to me because it was the first show that I was the chairperson of, and also it was pretty special because of all of the amazing sponsors. So the biggest thank you to all of you who played a huge role in making this show successful. Alright, so this show worked a little differently than most are used to. So for this show, each breed of goat had their own station or ring, and then the judges would actually rotate and come to us.
So the way this is working, the Nigerian ring is in this building and the other 3 shows are going on over here under this shade.
So for example, the Nigerians had their own ring. The first ring was judged by all age groups or classes, and once a champion was selected for that ring, a new judge comes in and we do it all over again. So doing the show this way definitely made the show more efficient because there was a lot of rings, obviously. Because there were so many Nigerian entries, it made for a long day. It was literally almost 12 hours of us walking our goats in circles. As for the standard breeders, there were not as many entries, so they had a little bit of downtime in between their rings, and they were also done showing way before the Nigerians were done. Okay, so now let's meet the judges. The first 2 judges are a husband and wife couple that traveled from California, Aaron Carter and Megan Treadway Carter. The Carters own the herd Lil Misbehavin', and this year their junior Nigerians won Grand Champion and Reserve Grand Champion at the ADGA Nationals. The second 2 judges are father and son who traveled from Illinois, Travis Cockburn and Cade Cockburn. The Cockburns own Cade's Little Goat Farm, and they breed very beautiful Nigerians. So now I'm going to break down what exactly is going on in the show ring. So when a judge is deciding their placings, there is actually a lot that they are taking into consideration. So basically, the judges are following the ADGA Unified Scorecard to assess which goats are best and placing them accordingly. The goal of the Unified Scorecard is to aid in the selection of type of dairy goat that can function efficiently over a long, productive lifetime. The scorecard is broken down into 4 main categories: general appearance, dairy strength, body capacity, and mammary system. Each of the main categories are designated points and broken down further into subcategories. So if you show Nigerian dwarfs, the first thing the judge will do when you walk into the ring is measure your doe and make sure she is not taller than 22.5 inches at her withers. If she makes height, she can continue into the ring and wait for the judge. Once everyone is in the ring, the judge will then go around to each doe and ask questions like when did your doe freshen and what their age is. They also put their hands on the goat to check for pliable skin, rib spacing, and spring of rib, as well as look at their teats to ensure they have no defects. After the judge has checked all of the does, we are then asked to walk our goats around the ring so they can be evaluated on the move. It is very important for the judge to see the does walk because this is when you can see how well the doe is put together. Once the judge has thoroughly looked over all the does, they will then begin placing them from first to last based off the ADGA scorecard and given their reasonings for their placings. Now, this happens in each age group or class, and then all the first and second place winners from each class get a chance to go in the final round for Grand Champion and Reserve Grand Champion. For this show, we have what is called a Champion Challenge class. What that means is a senior doe who is already a permanent champion gets to compete against the champion of that ring for the best of breed title. Whichever doe wins in this round will get to compete in the best in show. So how did our girls do at the show? Well, they didn't get any champion legs at this show, but they did hold their own in a very competitive show. We had some really great herds attending the Copper Caprine. So for our senior does, we took Mayo, Abilene, Dreamer, Daisy, Wildy, Mia, Honey, and Piper. So our senior does were pretty much middle of the pack, with some exceptions of them placing higher. As for our junior does, we took Marcia, Moby, Revel, and Wren. So even though it was just Emily and I showing, the idea was that we would take two in the ring, and if we got really lucky and one of them won a champion leg, then we would pull that doe out and replace her with one of the other two. Also, by taking all four, then nobody was ever left in a pen by themselves, and they got some practice at a dairy goat show. So I decided to show Marcia and Moby, and I was very happy with their placings. In 3 of the rings, Marcia placed second and Moby placed third. We also got some really great feedback from the judges. Okay.
Oh God, you're recording.
Yes. Oh my goodness, you guys. It's actually been a really crazy week, and today was super crazy. Honestly, I can't even remember all of the placings. Our juniors did really awesome. We chose Mia and Marcia, and then we did bring Wren and Revel just in case, right? But we didn't get any grands or reserves at this show. But that's okay, because the main focus really for this show was for it to be amazing for everybody and all of the exhibitors. And so I was kind of running around making sure everything was handled and taken care of, and people are happy. And honestly, we had such better outcome than we expected. It is a first-time show, and it was just great. Everything went really, really well today. So couldn't be happier with it, to be honest. Big shout out to all of our sponsors, because honestly, without you guys, this show would not have been so great. And so, shows take a lot. It takes a lot to put on a show, a lot of work, and also a lot of money. But either way, we are all exhausted. I don't know, do you have anything to add? She had the best time of her life. That's what she's trying to get out, but sure. She doesn't have the words because she has so much excitement.
Yeah.
It was good though, right?
It was a pretty good show, actually.
It was. So, we're going to wrap it up here because now I'm just tired and deliriously rambling. But it was a great show. I'm super, super happy with it. See you all next year.
Bye.